Hello there. Recently, there has been a lot of discussion and arguing in the gacha community regarding banners. It stems from the anniversary banner in WoA, the chronicled wish in Genshin, and rerunning multiple characters in HSR. We can easily see that controversies arise from putting many characters on banners at once. To truly understand the matter, we need to look broadly at the system of banners and reruns, rather than analyzing a particular banner in isolation. It's a great opportunity to explain all kinds of tricks in gacha and what is more beneficial for us, players. We will focus on WoA and Genshin, but many conclusions will apply universally across the gacha world. So, let's say it out of the bat. What is better, more convenient and player-friendly regarding availability of characters or other gacha goods? The more, the better. That's it. Imagine a scenario where all characters are available to pull permanently. How would that be? Well, it would mean zero pressure. You could pull anytime as long as you have currency or you are willing to spend. Alright, let's tackle a common and amusing misconception. It happens again and again that when more rerun banners appear, players demand more pulls ardently. We saw that when Genshin was introducing double banners, just to keep up with growing number of characters. And yet, players were crying their hearts out for Hoyo to increase gacha currency. Oh my! More availability to pull has absolutely nothing to do with needing more pulls. Let's go back to this scenario where all characters are permanently on a banner. If we follow that twisted way of thinking, in this case players should be getting 100 free pulls every day or something like that. Hilarious. Or let's consider, if you have 40 days to use your pulls instead of 20, you don't suddenly need more pulls. It's simply more convenient. It's a positive on its own. It's simple. When demanding more pulls would be valid? It would be somewhat valid if a game was releasing a higher number of new characters, and it would be undoubtedly valid if adding new game modes requiring more characters. And that's got nothing to do with more reruns. Like, what is even wrong with people screeching for pulls in this situation? If you have a grocery shop nearby and they decide to extend their opening hours, making it 24 hours, 7 days a week, do you complain that you need more money, or do you march there and demand they lower prices cause now you have to buy more? That is how stupid and ridiculous those demands for pulls are. Did gacha fry their brains or what? I can imagine that those people look at more banners and they automatically think, I have to pull. So more banners, I have to pull more. Yeah, to me, it doesn't seem healthy. If you catch yourself thinking like this, I would recommend to take a break from gacha or quitting altogether. Seriously. So once again, the higher the frequency and duration of appearing on banners, the better. And no, it has nothing to do with needing more pulls. That's it. Alright, now let's go with our principle from the opposite direction. The more characters are locked away from banners, the worse it is for players. It is artificial scarcity. Characters could be always available, technically nothing prevents that. Yet, they are kept locked for most of the time. Why? To raise their value in the eyes of players, as what is scarce is more valuable. It's also about FOMO. It puts pressure on players and it makes us keep coming back for new time-limited stuff. It applies to banners as well as content and rewards. It also makes decisions way harder for player, like when two characters with great synergy appear at the same time, or close to each other in time, and then poof, back to the basement. Here it's also important to fully realize how gacha is not just about getting certain number of pulls for guarantee, but how it works in time. It's one thing to just save enough pulls. It's a whole different beast when you have to get those pulls in time before the banner disappears and when banners go one after another. It might seem obvious, but then it suddenly turns out to be not clear at all when people judge different banner systems based on a number of pulls needed for guarantee, overlooking how they work in the long time. Similarly, it doesn't seem obvious, or some people are just disingenuous when dismissing various issues and telling like it's only fault of a player, telling like they are not able to save, they are gacha addict or whatever, when in reality FOMO and tough decisions are just part of deliberate design. From all of that, we can clearly conclude, giving players more opportunities to pull by itself is good. It's a positive, period. Problem occurs solely if characters are locked in the basement for a very long time and then they are suddenly on the banner, many at once for a limited time. Problem here lies not in many banners, not in having an option to pull for many characters, but the opposite. Problem lies in keeping them locked for a long time. Some people mix this up entirely. They argue like adding more banners is bad, like it's predatory. That's complete nonsense. It's exactly the opposite. The more banners, the better. Let's look at our examples. In WoWA, we were getting reruns at a pretty solid pace. The game introduced double banners very early, in the 1.4 update, barely half a year after launch. Thanks to that, the longest gap between a character's banner appearance was 4 updates, and the shortest, just 1 update. Thanks to that, almost every character from WoWA version 1x is getting already their 3rd appearance on the banner, 3 times in a year. Exceptions to this are Camellia and Shorekeeper. We could discuss if it could be even better, sure, but overall, it is relatively good. Now, we can see clearly that anniversary banner with many characters is not about FOMO. It's not predatory. How could it be when new characters were just on the banner recently, while older ones are already making their 3rd appearance? Such claims are laughable. It's exactly the opposite. It is less FOMO, and it is very nice to get this extra banner. If anything, my complaint wouldn't be about additional reruns, but rather about excluding Camellia and Shorekeeper from getting 1 more. Of course I'd want even more reruns, more banners, not less, cause that's what's beneficial for players. You might wonder though, shouldn't it be better to spread reruns across time? In principle, yes. However, I would say that when we already have satisfying pace of reruns throughout the year, then it's another positive to have a special time when you can pull for everything there is in the game, or almost everything. It can be nice. Both bring different value to players. I'll also add that although we have considered how it could be nice to have characters available simply permanently, making things time limited can be okay. It's natural we make things special by limiting them in time, like for holidays and such. Only it's a different thing entirely to do it to make it special and to push it into FOMO and predatory system. So limiting in time might be okay, but only to an extent. The situation with the anniversary banner is more nuanced, as it looks bad in the light of failed expectations of generous rewards. It's like people wanted a free 5-star or something similarly good, they are not getting it, but all those banners are shoved in their faces. Yes, it is fair to be mad about it, but that's a separated issue, and let's not confuse those two things. Let's be real. If we would get a free 5-star, would people complain about those banners? On their own, anniversary banners are a big positive. It's not complicated. As for issues with anniversary, we will talk another time. Now, another case study. Chronicled Wish in Genshin. Again, by itself, allowing players to pull for many characters is good. Nice. But wait a minute. Eh, just look at this. This shows how much Genshin characters are kept locked away. It's insane, absolutely insane. It's pretty common for older characters to be unavailable for a whole year or longer. Funny enough, it has become common even for 4 stars to not appear on the banner for a year or more. It is not just bad, it's absurd. And now, after keeping those characters in the basement for so long, suddenly players are getting this. Yeah, if this banner featuring multiple characters appeared regularly, then it could have fixed the situation with reruns. Unfortunately, it's not a fix. It's extreme FOMO and it's horrible. Just look, this here is the first appearance of the Chronicled Wish banner. Did it help with reruns? What do we have here? Such wide gaps. Nope, it didn't fix the situation with reruns. It remained horrible. Clearly fixing reruns wasn't the intention behind this banner at all, cause it's not rocket science, my dear viewers. If you would want to fix reruns to improve the situation, just add more banners, that's all. Situation with this abomination of a banner is even worse, and it's something worth analyzing, because it's not a normal banner. It has different rules. It's 1. Separated PT, 2. Guarantee from losing 50-50 doesn't move to the next banner. Now, many people reacted like this. Oh, so it's 180 pulls, just like with the normal banner. So it's the same, right? What? You have a problem with guarantee not moving to the next banner? What? You can save? Are you a gacha addict? This is so stupid or disingenuous. As we said earlier, it's much different thing when you have to get enough pulls in time. No, this banner system is not the same as regular banners. In practice, rules of this banner mean that it takes more time to get a 5-star and that you have to save enough up to a guarantee 180 pulls separately, just for this banner. Let's compare. Normally, you can keep pulling up to guarantee and you just might get lucky or not. This way your chances, your benefits from gacha are front-loaded. Meanwhile, with banner designed like the Chronicled Wish, you start to pull after saving enough. This way your chances, your gains from gacha are backloaded. This is crucial when the issue in reality is not just saving 180 pulls, but to get enough in time when the banner appears and when banners are going one after another. In the second system, it will take much longer to reach enough for a 5-star. So no, to people who just look at the cost of the guarantee, that's not at all how you should look at gacha systems. Those two here are not the same, they are very different. Imagine a situation when you lack only 20 pulls, and how do you feel about it? The FOMO. Should you pull nevertheless and risk a huge loss? Normally, there wouldn't be such a problem. You could pull without risk. Here, you can't, or you will risk wasting your pulls and having no guarantee on the next banner. To understand consequences of the separated PT, let's look like this. Let's say that this represents all reruns, 100% of them. So far, they were all going through regular banners. Alright, now, we are splitting this, and part of reruns are being shoved into this abomination of a banner, one with separated PT and guarantee that doesn't carry over. How situation with saving for reruns has changed. Players might have some investment put into regular banner in form of a PT or a guarantee, which is equivalent of 90 pulls. And now what? They still need 180 pulls for the scam banner. So normally it was always enough to save/invest into the banner 180 pulls, that's it. But now it very easily can be 270 pulls to get the same character. And this is the impact of the Chronicled Wish on your ability to get a 5-stars in the long run. Isn't it clear now? How by adding this cancer it became much worse? So no, it's not that banner like this is problematic just for those who are not able to save. It's problematic by design, with FOMO and making decisions harder for players. It's like this even just with typical banners. Now, by adding this banner with separated rules, situation for players became much worse. I've seen many people had serious problems with understanding it, because they were looking at this without any consideration. What does it mean for reruns and how does it work in time, in the long run? I hope we made it clear now. And there is more.
But wait! There's more!
It gets even trickier. Let's consider how you can use your pulls in a rational, strategic way. Example. There are two regular banners, one after another. You like and want both characters. During this update, you can get enough only for one guarantee. Now, if you wait until you save round number of pulls needed, you will get only the second character. But if you try your luck and pull on the first banner up to 50-50, you have over 50% chances to get the first character. If you lose 50-50, you will get the second character either way, from the guarantee. Nothing has changed. But if you win 50-50, you still have over 50% chances that you will get the second character too. It's a no-brainer. It would be a complete stupidity to wait until you save for guarantee, as you risk nothing. You can only gain. Just by calculating 50-50s, you have 25% chances to get both characters. But considering all pulls, actual odds are even higher. Thus, in reality, it will happen more often. Not to mention that it's almost certain you will save at least some pulls or that you have a chance for an early 5-star. So of course, you should be pulling and trying your luck with 50-50. That's objectively good strategy, there isn't any dilemma. Similarly, important long-term strategy in game like Genshin is to pull up to about 30 PT on various banners for more 4-stars. It's because pretty often there is no risk to go up to just 20 or 30 PT, the opposite. Getting a limited 5-star so early, or even just guarantee, can be awesome. While at the same time, it can help significantly with getting more 4-stars, but only as a long-term strategy. Don't expect getting a specific 4-star you want from a particular banner. No, it's not that easy. In Genshin, 4-stars and their copies are very important. Meanwhile, it's very hard to get them. Situation with them is completely absurd, atrocious. Thus, strategizing your pulls as we considered to improve your chances is really important. Again, it's a no-brainer. There is no risk if you are okay in getting a 5-star in 20 pulls or so, while in the long run, you will collect more 4-stars that you want. With all that we've considered, we also shouldn't be underestimating the chances for an early 5-star. It's not as extremely rare as players might think. Even if it happens just once a year, it's still a huge boost to push your account forward. I hope it's becoming clear now how strategizing like this is the exact opposite of so-called building pity or pulling impulsively and anything similar. It's the opposite, because strategizing requires self-control and acting rational. So now, it shouldn't be underestimated how beneficial it is when player can safely pull without waiting to save up to guarantee. How it's beneficial to try your luck on 50-50 or to get more 4-stars and even to get an early 5-star. But what did we say about the Chronicle scam? You can do it here. Player is deprived from all of that. These banners rules create a situation when you should go all in or not at all. This is a hidden cost, which is big, clearly very big, when we are considering how it works over time, like in a 1 year or more. I will only quickly mention that something kinda similar works in Arknight's Enfield beta test. Only in that case, it wasn't a special banner, but simply how character banner works in general. It's similar in that the guarantee doesn't carry over, meaning you had to save up and go all in or not at all. At this point, why even make it gacha? When you need the full price to use the banner? It's normal to have FOMO in gacha, it can be predatory, but at least you have a chance to get lucky sometimes. But if you can't try your luck early, you have to save the full price in gacha currency, you are deprived of that silver lining, while you're left with all the negatives, all the FOMO, and even worse FOMO, as in the scenario we have considered earlier, when you can't pull without huge risk, when you are already so close to the guarantee. So yeah, I'm definitely not a fan of this. There is something to hook you though, both in Chronicled Wish and in Arknight's Enfield, at least how it was in the beta. There is a bait and something to confuse you. It's that when losing 50-50, you can get one of the limited characters. Now, of course it is a positive, that if you lose the 50-50, at least you might get a character from outside of usual restricted pool. There might be even a case when someone would be happy with any of those characters. Here, important detail though, there are only older characters on the Chronicled Wish. Don't you hate losing 50-50? Players typically have very emotional reactions to losing 50-50, and those emotions can be blinding, like all this hate on poor Chi-Chi. When a banner like this is presented, it's easy to focus just on this one thing, the chance to get a nice character, and that you don't risk Chi-Chi or whatever character you want to avoid. It's easy to treat it as an obvious big win and to not see how it works as a whole system and how it works in the long run. Don't overlook that this positive, this bait, is at all this cost, making savings harder, making that it takes longer to get a 5-star, robbing you from chances to get more early and from strategic gacha plans. So it's very deceptive. All this hidden cost in savings and time you could put into normal banner to get more characters. And those would be characters that are new, characters you want, of your choosing, instead of this chance for a random character. And who said it has to be a good character, a character you want? Who said that it can't be Chi-Chi? Yes, of course, it still might be Chi-Chi, or Diluc, or whatever. It might be any character, so it still might be a character you don't want, a character you hate, or it might be just a copy that you don't need. I know it can be tricky, it's exactly designed to be tricky and deceptive. It uses your emotions from losing 50-50, pretending like you are getting a great deal, when in reality it's the opposite. Banner like this makes whole gacha system in the game much worse. Quick mention, HSR. Gladly, I've never played it. I won't go into details, feel free if you can add more in the comments. I'll only say that from what I see, I understand that controversy around it is also coming from characters being kept in the basement for way too long. In that case, yes, more characters at once is predatory. Time for a comparison and final judgment. Appearance on a banner. In WoW, twice per year for most of characters. Reruns on normal banners, fair and square. Genshin, not even one in a year in many cases. Normal banners plus Chronicled Wish with separated PT and guarantee not carrying over only older characters, but you might get any of them from losing 50-50. What would you choose? It's obvious what sane person would choose. We've seen a lot of confusion and arguing about those banners. Some people claimed it's hypocrisy to criticize Genshin and HSR, but not WoW. Oh my, as we've made it clear, by itself there is nothing wrong in having many reruns. It might become a problem when characters are kept locked in the basement for too long and then suddenly dumped onto the banner many at once, not to mention scammy rules, as we've analyzed them in details. So yes, Anniversary banner in WoW is very good, while Chronicled Wish and anything alike is horrible. Seriously, if you ever hear the news that your gacha game is adding something like Chronicled Scam, time to riot, get pitchforks, storm Google Classroom, and all of that. In Genshin community, it seemed like most people don't understand at all how bad it is. I'll share something with you now. When this abomination of a banner was announced, I tried explaining to the Genshin community how horrible it is. I was getting all those stupid comments. It's 180 pulls for max guarantee, so it's just the same, no change. Don't be a gacha addict, just save. Or even, don't pull if you don't like it. Yes, the last one was very common. Like, huh? It has nothing to do with choosing. It's not like they are giving you same character on two banners and you can pick which banner you prefer. It's just their decision on which banner they will rerun specific character. You say I just don't have to pull? Well, I also don't have to play such a predatory game. How about that? I lost any hope for that community and I gave up. As for Genshin, I've already didn't have hope for this game, and it was sad observing how not only it doesn't improve enough, but it's going downhill. To be perfectly fair though, we don't really know how reruns will look in the future of the Wuthering Waves. So far, we've only seen the first year, and we don't have much older characters yet. Still, it looks way better than it was in Genshin ever. As we can easily check, it became much worse after years, but they were making reruns problematic since the beginning. But still, it's important to note we know nothing about the future of the Wuthering Waves. And that is a deeper issue. One crucial factor that determines whether system of banners and reruns is good or not is predictability. Meanwhile, whether it's Hoyo or Kuro or something else, it seems standard that gacha companies keep everything fluid so they can do whatever. They give us no guarantees, leaving us in, we have to say, a vulnerable position. I can add that also in terms of predictability, Chronicled Scam made the situation much worse, what is another huge issue. In the grand scheme of things, those companies can do whatever they want really. They can suddenly change the gacha system with something like Chronicled Wish, they can prolong or shorten the duration of a specific banner, anything. And that's terrible. My proposition for a system of reruns would be to make a clear rule that every character is featured on a banner with a normal full duration at least thrice per year. One of those appearances would be a special time, like it is with WoWA Anniversary, when player can pull for everything, or almost everything. So pretty close to what we got in WoWA so far, mostly just making it formalized as a consistent standard. And how do you imagine a gacha system that you will like? Let's keep demanding more player-friendly gacha rules. No Hoyo shilling, no Kurobotting. Let's reject such predatory systems like Chronicled Wish or banners in Arknight's Enfield beta. I wonder will they change it? We will come back to this topic when game will be released. That's all I had to share with you. That was a deep dive, and that's typical me. I always have so many thoughts. I hope I can reach people who want to learn something, who are more open and thoughtful. So share your thoughts, opinions, ideas, and feedback. Thank you very much.